Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Samui Swine Classic 7 presented by Innova Champion Discs. Terry Miller, the disc golf guy, here for the second round along with Sarah Hokom. And now it is a Saturday afternoon, or should I say Saturday morning, Sarah, and we're ready to go. You guys got another round of golf, 22 holes to play, and one stroke between you and Paige.
Yeah, thanks, Terry. Yeah, we are kind of battling it out early here. On to hole one as our first hole of the day. 144 feet is a straight shot through a triple mando. Paige throwing her putter. I assume that is a fierce, hits the pole. This is definitely what we would consider a par 2 out here. And that's a great way to start.
It is, and like we said, just the one stroke difference between you and Paige. You guys both birdied out to finish the previous day's round, and now here you are. You're already one up in her.
Yeah.
Inside.
Just
her 10 feet wasn't close enough. Yeah, exactly.
I'll like starting with a birdie putt like that.
And we just watched View Georgiou a moment ago, and a little bit low here for Briana. And all sorts of animals coming to check that one out.
Yes, it's a diverse group of spectators. Bree! Wow! She has such a good distance putt.
Incredible. What a great start. Again, look at that crowd. We got a couple dogs right off of View's point of view there. A little bit of everything going on.
I wonder if that distracted her a bit. Luna there scratching her belly. Well, a lot of the dogs running around this area. The owners of the course have a pack of their own, and then there's probably a dozen dogs that hang around the course that are not part of the immediate family that we've all kind of enjoyed getting to know.
And hole one is in the books. 21 left to play. We got Johnny Rummel and Ultimate Disc Golf as our sponsors. This is a tricky one.
279 feet, par 3. Mando on the left. There is OB on the right and deep and left in the road. So it's a matter of hitting that pipe shot and getting it to trickle through these late trees. Typically, the backhand is going to be a turnover shot, and the sidearm will be a straight shot, looking for the hookup. Looks like she got it a little bit late there on the release.
I was just going to say, we saw her just barely navigate past those trees in the previous round. This time she squares that one up. And off to the left side of the screen, that's actually the island green for the next hole. So you can see the proximity. Everything's a little bit close to one another. And wow, that looked like a pretty good shot as we see hole 2 come into focus there.
Yeah, I hit the line I was looking for. You never know how it's going to settle at the end, though. Briana throwing the sidearm again. Doesn't quite hit it. Man, I saw her hit that a bunch in practice, so I'm sure she's disappointed that she's not capitalizing in the event. And View hitting a perfect line just by the termite mound. She'll have an edge of the circle putt.
There's a pro tip by Bree. She's got her knee rested there on a towel. Try and keep some of the debris and maybe ease the pain there of leaning on the hard ground.
Watching some scrambles here. Trying to get it close to the basket.
Yeah, the basket right behind that termite tree mound right there. So that was a really good shot by Paige, although you couldn't see the pin. That's exactly where she wanted to be.
Bree scrambling here on her par shot. An early hit on this hole really makes it tough to get the par. Really just making progress down the fairway is the way to ensure the par or the birdie look. View for birdie. Oh, ooh, that's a bad kick off that rim too.
So it's a Saturday morning. We're seeing a little bit of wind, seeing and hearing a little. And just off the top.
Yeah, I think that tailwind kind of lifted it a bit. Probably need to put a little bit more juice on something to keep that wind from lifting it.
And the format for this event is that you guys are playing the 11-hole course. You play through it twice to make for a 22-hole round. And you're playing one round on Friday, which was yesterday, 1 round today being the Saturday round and 1 round on Sunday. FPO playing all 3 rounds in the morning, which is something you guys have been quite accustomed to for most of our big, larger scale tournaments anyway. So here we are on the island green of hole number 3.
It's only a couple hundred feet, but it is difficult to land on the island. It's really playing to a backhand flip up with a putter or a mid, but you still have to stay. Yeah. And this is the bungalows that everyone was able to stay in. And here are some spectators here enjoying their, let's see, greatest Canadians. William Shatner, Wayne Gretzky, Briana Ainsley. And of course, View is getting lots of marriage proposals. I don't blame him. She's pretty awesome. Paige lets that wind kind of take it right, and she looks to be out of bounds here.
Paige has struggled so far. We've seen her now throw this hole 3 times, 2 of which have been out of bounds. So we see a little bit of struggle here by Pierce in the early goings of this island hole.
View also been challenging that left side, and another early release leaves her off the island, shooting from the drop zone. Bree with her signature thumber. Also the wind plays, she played it, wow, even with the perfect roll to the basket.
Yeah, it felt so good after.
So Paige moves over to the drop zone area where she's trying to save her par, but yeah, you mentioned earlier, she has to be tentative here because if you go too far past, especially with this wind blowing, you could actually go out of bounds again.
And even though the wall is kind of there to grab you, it's easy to pop over the wall or scoot under the wall. Bree with her thumber birdie. View cleaning up the bogey. And so far, I am perfect on this hole. 3 for 3 for taking the tiny gap. I'm really thankful that it's working so far.
Yeah, we see that Paige takes the bogey here, so 2 strokes that you pick up on her. You're going to move into the lead position with the 10 under, and Andy Painter and Birdie are our sponsors on hole 4.
305 feet. Looking for progress up the fairway to some late trees that you're trying to essentially just miss these. A lot of luck involved at the end of the shot, unless you throw the exact perfect backhand, a flip up that's going to turn and hook back up to the basket. I'm going to go sidearm to try to get progress and get lucky late to get through the trees.
I know you said in round 1 that you think the flip-up turnover for a backhander is a good shot, but it looks like it sets up pretty well for you as well there.
Yeah, there's a lot of open space there, even though I am hoping to get lucky at the end. Bree showing us a completely different route with the backhand roller. It's all the way on the other side, showing her versatility. Paige also going to go with the sidearm.
We've seen 2 sidearms from her in the previous round, and another one here. She makes the Mando, but she's going to be on that right side and maybe have to deal with that tree line. We'll see how open her next shot is.
View a little early release. She seems like it's okay on that. She's okay with it on that side.
Yeah, she knows that if you get too far out after you've made the Mando and you're on this right side, you really kind of play an alternative fairway is what you do. And unfortunately, she doesn't keep it clean, but sometimes a shot that's so bad can be good over there.
You can see that huge grove of, what am I looking for here? That grove of, the plant.
Yeah, there's some kind of trees or something.
Yeah.
Ivy?
The locals told me that there's a bunch of discs stuck in there. Par save. Wow, big putt. I'll think of the word later.
And here you are with a birdie look.
Birdie look. Yeah, wow. I feel just really fortunate to ever get a birdie look at this hole. And look at that wind just blowing like crazy. We're going to really feel the wind on this next hole.
Feel it pick up a little bit. You're seeing it and hearing it even in the microphone. A great birdie there on hole 4, and we move over to hole 5 with Jeff and Disc Baron out of Michigan.
627 feet, OB on the left, and as you get to your second shot, you're going to see OB on the right, and there is OB deep. The first shot is going to be a distance shot, trying to get as far as you can up the fairway while still staying in bounds. And the next shot, you're going to be navigating still through these coconut trees and a larger tree on the right with a low ceiling. You have to pick the gap to this pretty open green. Bamboo was the word I was looking for. Bamboo Grove. There we go. All right. So looking for a distance shot here. The tailwind keeps it a little bit high, flatter than I wanted, and I'm off to the right, but maybe I'll have a look over there.
As long as you don't push too far right to find the OB, and you won't be obstructed over there. It feels like the right isn't too bad of an area to be in, as long as it's not all the way up against the OB area.
Briana reading the wind really well, getting the full flight. Paige also, that cross tailwind is pushing it right. She'll be close to the OB, but I think she's in bounds.
And plenty of distance there, keeping it very low. As a little flip up there by View. That's pretty much become her signature throw, or is her style. It's kind of that hyzer to flip up shot and then letting it ride.
She told me in practice that she thinks the shape of her shots are ugly, that she doesn't like the flip up and turn over. And I was like, man, that's like my favorite looking shot. So it was pretty funny that we have a different opinion about the beauty of the different flights.
And that's a beautiful anhyzer by Bree. She has to be careful because anything that hits high on a tree could kick well left or well right and easily find herself out of bounds. So it's understated probably just how difficult that shot really was to make sure she keeps it in bounds.
I was pretty blocked by that tree, so I tried to throw a split stance shot, and I caught early stuff, and now I'm scrambling to try to get up there to save my par. And I'll still have about 60 feet to the pin high.
And Paige came up just short, of that OB you were talking about there.
She's got a long look for birdie. View also with her next shot. Doesn't like it, but she's a great putter. She's definitely got the potential to make it from there. Do have quite a bit of wind today. A lot more wind than we had the first round.
And so you're about pin high to the left side of the basket now?
Yeah, still 50 or 60 feet away.
And I feel like if you rewind to last year's footage, you hear a lot of construction activity taking place. Well, different construction in a different spot here this year. You can always kind of hear something being built or developed just offside of the course.
Either that or you're going to hear some wild dogs barking in the background on this hole as there's several chained up to the left of this pin, which is sad. They look like they needed some love.
I think a few of them were trying to work Nico last year, actually, if I recall. There was some that were not loving life over on the left side there. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And you guys are maybe a little bit relieved, at least for now, to have the longest hole of the course under your belt until 11 holes later when you see it again.
Yeah, and that would be my first bogey of the tournament. And Paige and I are tied now. Ron Turner sponsoring hole 6, 436 feet. This one is a distance shot off the tee, but it has OB left and right. So the players are going to choose how much they're going to try to bite off to get as close to this basket as possible. Most of the players are trying to get as close as possible, but not take the risk. Paige Pierce, however, has the distance to get to this one. So we'll likely see her take that distance risk. Ooh, and that is as bad of a kick as you can get.
What I find interesting with Paige is I feel like every time she throws, she immediately knows if she hit her mark or not. Right out of her hand as we're watching you throw another perfect crush on this hole. I feel like whether it's a putt or a drive, like instantly she knows. And that time kicking hard left and finding the OB, and both you and Bree navigating exactly where you want to be on this fairway.
Yeah, it's funny to hear people have a reaction. Sometimes it doesn't even look like they've let go of the shot yet. Oh my goodness. Chicken kapow.
Yeah, there's one way to get birdies and such, but I don't know if that's how you want to do it. Is left side, and you hear Paige even proclaim grip lock on that one.
I always knew View was a ninja, but I didn't realize that she could be a chef ninja as well.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of chicken kung pao there, perhaps.
Yeah, perfect approach by Bree. This is View, and for some who don't know, View had a short career in Muay Thai fighting. I believe she's undefeated, if I recall. We'll at least say she is for the sake of the video, but I'm pretty sure she is undefeated in her short Muay Thai fighting career.
I may be oh, I thought that was going in. I didn't remember throwing that one in, so. Get it! Oh! Wow, Paige, she's so close to getting this birdie. Maybe in the next go around or the final round, we will see her get it. View, I would not want to be in the ring with View. I may have her in weight class, but I think she could really do a number on me.
I would not want to mess with her, at all. You see, Paige has picked up, along with her grip EQ bag, has picked up a chair, and you guys will be able to bring those along everywhere on the round.
Yeah, I got to get a little bit crafty when we're not on stateside. Hole 7, 344 feet, Mando on the left, a little bit of OB way far on the right, but this is a pure distance shot. You're going to throw a turnover backhand if you've got it, or if you're a sidearm thrower, I'm going to throw the hyzer and kind of lay up to the right. This is in the wheelhouse for the other three ladies on the card, though. With this wind, though, it's going to be difficult to play the angle just perfect to get up there for a birdie look. A little too much turned, but she'll make the Mando and stay in bounds.
Yeah, if you have an errant shot here, you want it to be at more right than left, just so you don't have to flirt with that Mando at all. View is doing, she hits the Mando tree, and see a little smirk out of her, but she doesn't go past the Mando, so she'll be able to throw from there for her birdie luck, long birdie luck.
Paige getting this birdie yesterday, but we didn't have this kind of wind, so we'll see what kind of adjustment she makes. Doesn't look like it was an adjustment at all, but just leaving it a little bit, not committing to that anhyzer. That's going to happen in the early part of throwing new discs. It's hard to trust them even though you've been working with them for a while.
See a forehand by View after watching Bree's approach. She's got to throw to the right of this tree. That is the Mando. And that is beautiful.
Ooh.
Little bit much.
Gets a little bit of roll off that knoll at the bottom of that coconut tree. Paige also leaving it short. She'll have some work to do.
Paige throwing from the drop zone after missing the Mando. And you're to the right, just past the Mando, but not much farther away than we saw from Paige.
Yeah, playing the conservative shot. Just a simple approach shot. It's easy to play conservative when you can't actually even get to the pin on your best drive. So the decision is made for me. Paige chain out. We saw that early last round until she finally dialed it in. That would be, I think, her first miss this round.
And View just sneaks it in. I was going to say that Paige definitely struggling mightily here. She's looking at a double bogey after the missed Mando and the missed putt.
Oh, these chains. This basket seems to not be lucky number 7 today. The chains are pretty wide, so if you hit low anywhere on the basket, there's just not enough space for the disc to penetrate the basket itself before it gets spit by the heavy and kind of wide spaced chains.
And Paige will tap in, and it's going to create a little more distance. I know your game plan is a par there, but in this case, that picks up 2 strokes for you. And now you've got 4 strokes on Paige, and we're not quite to the halfway point of the tournament, but getting closer to it.
We are certainly on the part of the course that you want to get every birdie you can. Hole 8 is the start of it, 312 feet. It's a straight shot up the gut for a sidearm and a slow turning backhand. And I haven't quite hit this line very well, so we'll see if I can make an adjustment. Again, a little bit early, but I do get down there.
And that's a relatively slow green. It's a little bit sloped, but it's slower. So you can be aggressive on a putt depending on what angle you're coming in from.
View gets a kick that looks like it goes outside the Mando. A Mando that's really not in play much unless you do get a kick like that. I think it's really just to keep everyone away from the other basket that is on that right side coming from hole 10. Bree calling audibles to her disc. I don't think it worked.
I think you got to be a little more gentle. Like, please come on back.
There was
instead of demanding.
Some please and thank you in there. And she's Canadian too, right? I mean, aren't they the nicest people?
So I've heard. You would know more than I would.
Maybe we've soured her in the U.S. She spent too much time on tour. So it looks like she is in bounds, but she's got a tough lie and giving herself a little extra push-off.
She's putting slightly uphill. Oh.
Going for glory here.
This is you for birdie. A little bit of wind at your back.
This is the 3rd time I've had this putt, and still 0 for 3. Whew. Paige, who's been playing this hole perfectly, even if she doesn't throw the perfect tee shot, she still manages to cash in the birdie.
Yeah, I was going to say her first 2 drives in the previous round were almost perfect, where no putting was required. And then, like you mentioned, when she's off the mark, she still makes the putt.
I think it might be lucky number 8 for her. I wonder if that's her lucky number.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm not sure that's a thing, but it is for her apparently right now. And she pulls within one of you. You're going to take another par, but she gets one of those back that she gave away on the previous hole. And now we're really in birdie alley. 8, 9, 10, or I should say 9, 10, 11.
And then,
really
even going to 12, 13, 14, those are all birdie holes as well. So hole 9, a pretty standard straight shot, 213 feet, where there is a Mando on the right. And there is OB on the left and deep. But again, this is kind of an approach shot. We saw Paige hit the basket first round, and she shows us exactly how to do it again. I am throwing a mid here, a little bit hot, but I'll still have a putt.
Yeah, you're 12, maybe 15 feet past the basket. View correcting from the last time she played. She had an early release. This time held on to it just a little bit, but she's still within 25 feet of the pin. We'll see what creative measure Bree has.
Thinking it's hers. Yep, sidearm with her Firebird. She gives it a little bit too much angle. Looks like she's still in bounds. Yep, it kind of still hooked up.
So I guess I give her more of 30 feet than 25 here, but still look at birdie.
With her putting, for sure.
Really trying to wait on that wind. Oh.
You can see Bree carrying around her her picnic chair, or I don't even know, what do you call those little...
Your lawn chair.
Lawn chair. Mm-hmm.
Or your outdoor casual summer patio chair.
There we go, patio chair. Snuck it in. Yeah, we're trying to pack light on the way out, so none of us brought our chairs with us, and I didn't bring my cart for that same reason. Paige sneaking it in. But there was some patio furniture out in the central tournament space that we decided, why not take it with us?
Yeah, it's probably actually lighter than, a 3-legged stool you would typically take with you during a round anyway. So other than it being a little bit cumbersome.
A little cumbersome, but you know, worth it, because then you can kind of lounge on the course. You've got a nice back to the chair, so you can kind of lean back and just enjoy the view. Speaking of which,
Hey-o.
on to hole 10, 197 feet. This is an alleyway of coconut trees that you're going to throw a hyzer down, preferably backhand or a lefty shot, I guess, lefty sidearm. You're trying to miss these trees, either throwing the high spike hyzer or a low skipping shot. Paige tackled a little bit, but she's still got an edge of the circle putt. Here I am trying to calm my nerves of throwing the single backhand off the tee that I throw all tournament.
Well, you should be pretty confident at this point, because before that, you had essentially parked it twice, and now here you are 3 for 3 as Gary's got the great angle on the catch angle here. Give somebody a different look at it.
View catching that tree again, now 2 times in a row. Bree going with the low skipper. She gets a look.
Yeah, she kept it clean and is just past pin high.
We have a nice gallery out there watching. They have the AM version of this event several days before the pros start in the middle of the week, and a lot of the players will stick around and support the professionals out here.
Yeah, and some of them will double up. They'll play maybe on the AM side, and just off the rim for Bree. But they'll play on the AM side, and then some will come back out and play pro as well.
Paige doesn't need to get it close to the basket when she's putting like that.
Yeah. This is View to save her par.
Having a lighthearted laugh at herself there afterwards. It's been fun to get to know her. She's a really talented ping pong player, pool player. I can't imagine how good she'd be at darts. She also is an incredibly competitive card player. So, I mean...
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, and then, as we mentioned, Muay Thai fighter, retired Muay Thai fighter. So, yeah, I'm not messing with her in any way. As I had the pleasure of meeting her last year, and then saw her at the Toonie over in Finland, and hopefully we're going to see her play a little bit more worldwide. So, I want to thank our Patreon subscribers as we move to this final hole. Again, all the FPO footage, a little bit of bonus footage, in fact, thanks to the PDGA, thanks to my Patreon subscribers, people like you, Sarah. Thank you so much to everyone that helped support it, along with Innova Champion Discs. So thank you guys, bringing you the FPO action as Paige comes up a little bit short.
I'll be taking the sidearm route, trying to move from this angle right to left. And it's a little bit too much angle, and we got a little wind coming in here as well. Bree is going to take a similar line, gets it up a little bit high, but she's got a look.
Yeah, that eventually, it definitely takes the higher route, and then it fans out to the right side, well, her right side, and tough to even follow it because she got the nose up on it, playing with that wind.
Paige from way out. That's a good tree hit. I guess it would be nice if that was the actual basket, but...
Bree from outside the circle.
Oh, she's hit so many of those. Just already at least 2, maybe 3. Giving the very expressive squawk there.
And you line up for birdie just off the front of the cage. So as we're closing things out, I want you guys to know you're eligible. All 6 of the FPO videos will have giveaways, and for this one to be eligible, put a comment in as we're watching View can her putt. Great putt. Put a comment in. I'd like to know, I know there's issues with coronavirus and whatnot that are lurking, but I want to know, where are you traveling this year? Tell me what's the most fun or exotic place you're traveling to in the 2020 season. That will make you eligible to win a disc from Innova. as part of the support from this event. So, Sarah, we're going to start to shut things down and close it out. Thank you for joining. There'll be a link there for everyone to watch, and we'll see you guys in the back.
Love getting outside and challenging yourself to become better? How about spending time with family and friends, or just marveling at the pure joy of flight? Then you've come to the right place at the right time. Join the PDGA.